This is 5 Minutes to Change Your Life. My name is Joanne Mallon. I'm an author and coach. I love helping people make wee changes that make a massive difference in their lives. Give me 5 minutes of your time today. Just might change your life. Hey, what about yous? How you doing? I've got a real lion's roar of an episode for you today. We're going to be talking about courage and bravery and how you can get more of both. And this has been a real personal mission of mine recently because I've got something I need to confess. I'm going to tell you today about something I've been doing and I've not told very many people about it at all. And of those people that I did tell, almost without exception, each person would then tell me that I was very brave, very, very brave, including one person who'd been through cancer treatment. Honestly, they'd had surgery, chemo, the works, but now they're telling me that this thing that I'm doing is the bravest thing they've ever heard. Oh my goodness, that really threw me. What could this daredevil feat of bravery possibly be? Any guesses? Well, I'll tell you. Stand-up comedy. That's what it was. Standing up in front of people, trying to make them laugh. I took an 8-week stand-up comedy course and you had to get up and perform every single week. And before I started this, I was definitely somebody with quite a deep-seated fear of speaking in public. So you add public speaking plus trying to bring the funnies. I mean, talk about being outside your comfort zone. I was in another universe to my comfort zone. But the thing is, bravery is not about being fearless. It is about learning to act while you're still afraid. And I got so drunk on bravery because everybody's telling me I'm so brave. I did an open mic stand up gig in New York. That was my very first gig. And then I did my comedy school graduation gig, which was in front of about 80 people on a massive big stage. I mean, even as I'm saying this, I can't really believe that I did it. And I tell you what, evidence, I'm going to put a link to the video of that gig on the Ko-fi page so you guys can see it. And apologies in advance for the swearing. Like I said, I was drunk on bravery. It turns out that my comedy style is joyful absurdity with a bit of swearing. So apologies in advance for that. How brave you are is not a fixed part of your personality. Bravery is a biological skill that you can learn and you can improve. Because when we're faced with anything scary, okay, here's what's going on a biological level. First part of your brain that reacts is the amygdala, and this is your built-in alarm system. So it fires up instantly and it tells your body, something's wrong, something's gone wrong. And then you get that biological reaction. Your heart speeds up, maybe your stomach clenches and your hands might shake. That is all totally normal. Brave people, the people you look at and think they're very courageous, they feel all of that too. But the difference is in what happens next. Because in your brain, the next thing to fire up is the prefrontal cortex. And this is the logical part of your brain. This is the part that lets you pause, think, and choose. And bravery happens when the prefrontal cortex steps in and says, yes, I'm feeling fear, but I'm going to do this anyway. And that moment, and it's just a second or two long, that is the actual science of courage, the science of bravery. It is your rational brain overriding your innate fear response long enough for you to take action. And while this is happening, your body will be releasing adrenaline and cortisol, the stress hormones. So yes, your palms might sweat. Yes, your chest might tighten. But this is the thing, your brain doesn't actually know the difference between fear and excitement. On a chemical level, it's exactly the same thing. So, what brave people will do is they will reframe that physical sensation. And instead of saying to themselves, I'm terrified, they'll say, my body's gearing up, I'm ready for it. And it's that tiny wee shift that can completely change how you behave. And here's something extra fascinating, because when you do the scary thing, when you speak up, when you step forward, your brain will then reward you with dopamine. So it's teaching your brain that facing fear equals a good outcome. Wee bit of chocolate in there because you had a go. The more often you do it, the stronger that wiring becomes. And this is why bravery grows with practice. You are literally training your nervous system there. And this dopamine thing, I've really felt this, because the day after I've been brave and done some stand up, the energy rush is astonishing. It just leaves you feeling 100% alive. And there's one more scientific superpower that can help make you braver, and that is purpose. Studies have shown that when you act for something that you deeply care about, the fear center in your brain becomes quieter. Purpose turns down the volume on panic. And that's why people can do incredibly brave things when they say, I'm doing this for something bigger than me, something more than me. Bravery isn't an inborn gift that some people get and others don't. It's a recipe that anyone can use. Fear plus purpose plus a few seconds of mental override plus that dopamine reward that follows. That is how you unlock your inner courage. So just ask yourself this question. If you were feeling braver, what would you do? And then I want you to go and do it. So I don't know where my adventures in bravery are going to take me. I'm still pulling on this thread here, I'd love to know your thoughts on this. If you watch the video, let me know. And I tell you what, if you happen to be listening here on an iPhone, if you could leave me a rating or review on Apple Podcasts, that'd be fantastic. Or indeed anywhere you're listening. And if you want to drop a few quid in the Ko-fi jar, that Ko-fi page is linked in the show notes, and the Ko-fi page is also where I'm going to link to the video of me doing stand-up comedy in front of a big, scary crowd of people. So check it out. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.